You watch the stream when he's walking away. I'm tired of people fucking with me.
I'm tired of everybody fucking playing with me and shit. Think I'm always playing and shit. Call me bitch and shit.
Man, I don't care how many times you've been fingered in your life, bro. I don't give a fuck. If you got a fucking problem with the fucking world and the people around you, change the fucking people around you. Go to therapy. Get some fucking help. Don't take it out on everybody else. And then you want to train by one of the best fighters to ever fucking live, your fucking father. Use his fucking clout. Use his fucking knowledge. And then you want to hurt people that don't fucking train like that? You're a fucking bully.
Man, what did he do to make them niggas that mad?
Do not let your anger consume you, especially as a young man. Do not let anger consume you. It is way better that you walk away from a situation alive than you walk away from a situation 100% correct. And I can't even put to words how much that statement means to me, because I see a lot of people, especially online, a lot of people do things for clicks. A lot of people do things straight out of anger, and they live to regret their mistakes later on. I'm one person who can forgive most people if they are actually genuinely sorry. How could you tell if someone is genuine? You might ask, right? It's not so hard to see if someone is actually trying to improve themselves as a person. You know, certain signs of this would be if they make the mistake again that they made in the beginning, instead of just rolling over with that decision, they catch themselves and be like, oop, I did that again. I'm sorry, man. I'm trying. I'm not trying to do this again, you know? Instead of, oh, yeah, oh, my bad. You know, and them not really care that they're repeating the action they said they weren't going to do. So this video is mainly about the whole Roger Jackson situation. Now, if you don't know Raja, he's he's an MMA fighter and the son of Rampage Jackson, super known and super, like, he's one of the legends in UFC history. He got in a situation where he, I guess, went to a wrestling event, and one of the wrestlers thought that they would do like I hate to break it to you guys, but wrestling's fake. They did like a fake scene where he tried to agitate Raja by fake breaking a beer can on his head, and emphasis on the fake. He didn't actually do it, or he didn't cause any harm to him, but he did do it on camera. And I'm not one to pretend to know what's going on in everyone's head. I'm not that kind of person, you know? But you guys saw the video. Like, Roger went ham on the dude. He slammed him and gave him repeated beats. Like, it got to a point where I was like, damn, no, like, I know wrestling's fake, but somebody stop this man. I'm pretty sure people can tell if something like getting fake punched, but this dude was throwing straight haymakers, like about to end this man's life. And I'm not one person to just protect somebody because we share some traits together. You know, I'm not that kind of guy. Wrong is wrong, regardless. And I do think that he was in the wrong. And I see a bunch of people making excuses and this and that. He's my age. And I can relate to, especially when I was younger, and I constantly had to defend myself because I had to deal with certain situations, whether that be people trying to rob me or people saying some racist shit, or just because it was someone was feeling shitty, they decided to try to take it out on me. But the thing with me is, I fight back, okay? I don't let, like, you can ask anybody who knows me in my past, like, I don't let people just beat down on me. I don't let people just put hands on me any kind of way. Because I even tell people, you push me, punch me or something, even play, most of the time I cannot tell the difference between if someone's trying to play fight with me or someone is actively really trying to hurt me. Like, you punch me, my first thought used to be to retaliate with a punch back. But you get to a point after you're 18 where you're like, hey, if you fight again, you're going to the cops, you're getting arrested. It's case closed. And then two, the rule of, hey, you might win this fight, but there's always someone bigger than you. And one lesson I had to learn is that you had to pick your battles and you had to be smart with who you actually fight. You can feel disrespected over words and stuff like that. And I understand that. You could be boiling with white rage, you know, but you have to learn that you can't just be throwing punches willy-nilly, you know. If someone bruised your ego, you can, at max, you can just throw a couple jokes at the person back and then walk your own way, you know? Because a lot of the time, when you give in to your rage and stuff like that, 99% of the time, the thing that you're fighting over isn't really that serious. And now you're dealing with a horrible situation. Thankfully, the guy that Raja beat up on, he's alive. But, you know, like, you kind of beat him an inch within his life. And over what? He tried to start a promotion with you, you know, by just, like, doing the beer can thing. And if you also see in some of the videos, he apologized because he thought that Raja would be in on it, but he wasn't. And then I also see a lot of people use mental health and stuff like that. While I am a mental health advocate, mental health doesn't excuse you from everything. Like, I have my own issues, but you don't see me doing anything crazy out here in the world, you know? A lot of people like to say, oh, but mental health and stuff like that. Yeah, but that doesn't diminish your responsibility to be a human. Just because I'm sad about some shit or I'm super depressed doesn't mean to go out and hurt other people out there in the world. That's not a valid excuse. And I see people do that with political events or when something bad happens out there in the world. I see people use mental health as an excuse. It's a reason, but there's also something behind that mental health issue. That person wants to actively go out and cause harm. I don't get it. Like, because this person's going through a hard time or he's dealing with some emotions that he don't know how to express, your first thought is to hurt people? That's crazy. We don't do that. We don't do that out here. So whatever happens next, if there's more details coming out and stuff like that, I'll keep y'all posted and whatever. But as of right now, he's looking pretty crazy. And if I could just impart something to you guys, like, it would probably be just keep your hands to yourself, you know? Certain situations, yes. Certain situations, you had to use the hands. Thy hands, you had to receive the beats. For sure. But that shouldn't be your first thought. That should not be your first thought, because now if you, especially as an adult, you come out here and you just throw hands with just randoms, there's always going to be consequences. And those consequences always are bigger than the reason why you fought. Come on, people, we can do better. But as of right now, like most people, I'm not super knowledgeable. I'm not omnipresent. I can't tell you everything that happened between those two. But for right now, it's looking crazy. But that's it for me. I'm going to stop yapping. I'll catch you people later. Peace. Keep your hands to yourself.
It's hard growing up without a mom from such a young age. May God bless your mom's soul and keep your amazing father.
Hey, yeah, I appreciate that, man. You know, maybe one day I'll open up more about it. You know, that's part of the reason why I don't like, you know, cameras and shit. I just like being alone, honestly, because of that. You know, I grew up with her a little bit. It was rough when I was a kid because I barely saw her and shit. You know, she's in heaven now. It sucks how she passed and everything, but I know she's in a better place. And to anybody else that's going through the same thing or, you know, younger, you know, my condolences and God bless.